Yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Prop Wiz. I'm your host, the Wiz. Today, we'll be opening up one of my newest collectibles, and that's this Amazing Spider-Man by Hasbro. Though there was some emphasis on Amazing Spider-Man, this is actually the Spider-Man from Amazing Fantasy number 15. That's the very first appearance of Spider-Man, so this is Spider-Man as he first appeared in comic books. This one I found on the shelf of Target. Had to have it, as it is with most of the figures that I buy. But this one in particular was calling my name, man. The price tag was a little bit different. This one clocked in at about $40. It might even been $50. Don't quote me on that. I just bought this bad boy, but just needless to say, when I took it to the counter, I thought it was going to be $24, as most of the figures in this box, this kind of packaging on the shelf where it is usually around the $20, $24 price range. But this one actually was a little bit more, lending me to think that this is some kind of special edition figure. Well, I guess the fact that it's based off an old comic book, a comic book that's priced at about $1 million or more right now, might lend itself to the fact that it is a special edition figure. With that being said, we'll dive right into the packaging, as the packaging tells more of a story. We got Spider-Man on the front. This is, again, the Spider-Man from Amazing Fantasy. Looking at it, I'm sure the art has been updated a little bit. It looks like the original artwork, but I think it was Steve Ditko, if I'm not mistaken. His art, as good as it was, I'm not sure if it was this sharp or if that the printing was this sharp. So it looks like it was redone, but it does look like the drawing enough. Well, that's the front, and it's got this old school style packaging, something that you was probably see from figures from the 80s, maybe 90s when I was growing up. Got the writing on the front saying web wings, like that's his special ability or his special accessory. The back is cool, continuing with that same style of art, including the same Spider-Man. They ain't trying to be unique. They used the Spider-Man twice on the front and back. We got a little bit of writing. I thought it was a whole paragraph. When I first saw it, I was like, I'm not reading all that on film, but it's actually a small paragraph in different languages. But the first one in English is, in Spider-Man's first ever adventure, tragedy teaches a young Peter Parker that with great power comes great responsibility. Perfect. Anyway, let's dive on in. Oh, it does say this is for ages 4 and up. Luckily, we're age 4 and up. Okay. We got in here. Okay, we got about 8 hands in there, including the 2 that's on the actual figure. We got what looks like some folded web wings. So this looks like when his arms are down, these go up under the arms. And then they got some extended wings for when his arms are out, like he's flying or gliding or whatever. We also got one long, pretty flexible spider web as well. I'm not really big on webs, like the spinning webs with action figures, so I probably won't be using those. But the web wings is a different story, because those are kind of iconic, especially to this first Spider-Man. Okay, the figure itself is dope, very iconic. There's no mistaking this for anything else but that original Spider-Man, going mostly by that darker blue, almost black designs on the where usually Spider-Man is blue and red. Instead of blue, they have black. In the old comic book, it was actually drawn to have these blue highlights. It was all black, mostly black, those parts with blue highlights, giving you the idea that his spandex was mostly black and the blues was just to give it a little bit of detail, right? So this actual figure felt like it just kind of met in the middle. It looks black, almost black, but not quite black. There's a bluish, almost like a midnight, a super duper dark midnight blue. So I appreciate that level of detail, Hasbro. Of course, the spider logo on the front got that clunky looking spider, again, reminiscent to that first one. Telltale sign of where this comic book, what they trying to represent with this figure. And of course, you got the classic Spider-Man eyes, where the eyes were smaller, pre-Todd McFarlane style Spider-Man, which is dope. One of the cool things about this figure, as it relates to the new movies, the Tom Holland Spider-Man movies, it's crazy how similar that costume, what they did, including the web wings, the blackness. I think the second Spider-Man movie in that series, he went with the black and red look, all reminiscent, a head nod to this original Spider-Man, even though the design was updated there. Okay, as far as the flexibility of the figure, man, extremely flexible. Dude, extremely flexible, man. Spider-Man flexible. There's joints in the chest area, the waist. There's even a joint here in the shoulder area where it can roll front and back. So awesome figure. If you're looking to put this into a dynamic pose, this guy is perfect. For me, if I can find the right stand, I don't have one here, but I think I have some dynamic pose stands downstairs for this size figure. I'll probably try to put him in a pose very, very similar to how it is on that comic book. See how easy it is to put the wings in there. Okay, clearly I'm doing something wrong putting these little wings on. Okay, I'm about to do something that no man has ever done before and read the directions. Nope, there is no directions. This is just details unimportant to the task at hand. Okay, the little wings was easy to get in. The actual wings that spread out, it's a little bit more difficult. It's not lining up and not staying in as easy. So we'll work with that. Not quite disappointed. It's something probably that I'm doing wrong. I don't think it's anything wrong on their end. I'm probably just not fitting it in there the right way. Not the end of the world, as the figure looks phenomenal without it for now until we get it into his dynamic pose. But again, the Spider-Man is beautifully painted. I already talked about the blacks, that mix of black and blue. The rest of it, the lines are perfect. It looked like it popped right out of the comic book. This is something a kid at that time period probably would have killed for. And I got it, y'all. The men of today are living out the childhood dreams of those of yesterday. The hands are varying. It looks like we got hands for him to crawl on the walls. His hands are spread out. And of course, as with all Spider-Man figures, we got the web spinning fingers, which is dope. I think the figure is awesome. I do think that $40-$50 range, again, I'm not as sure exactly. I know when I looked it up just now on Amazon right now, they're selling this bad boy for $65, but I think that's an aftermarket price. Again, I got mine on the shelf. It was the only one on the shelf at Target, so I'm not sure if this is plentiful, if you can find this anywhere. Maybe if you go to your local comic book store or something, I'm sure they probably have some of these laying around somewhere. And if that case, you'll probably be able to still get that retail price. As a collector, it's not the worst price in the world if you're on the budget. And usually I buy these size figures when I'm on the budget. Like most of my collection is 1/6 scale figures. I usually cop these because they're cheaper. I'm still a fan, something I can have on the shelf. I'm not really accustomed to spending $40-$50 on figures this size. With that being said, Amazing Fantasy 15. I mean, this is something that probably feels like it only comes around once in a while, if ever again, right? So I took advantage and went ahead and copped it. In that case, it's definitely worth it. If you're a fan of Spider-Man, a fan of the specific Spider-Man, then definitely this is something for you. But anyways, that's my review on the Amazing Spider-Man. Let me know what you guys think, man. Leave me some comments. Is this something you own? Is there something else like this out there that's dope? I know they got a 1/6 scale classic Spider-Man look. I'm not sure if it's this same look though, and I didn't quite like that 1/6 scale, to be honest with you. But that's coming from someone who don't own it. If you own it, let me know what's up, man. Is there better Spider-Mans like this out there? Let me know what's up in the comment section. Also, if you like this video, please take the time to hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. Hit that notification button to make sure you get notified every time I drop a new video. And thank you guys for the support. As always, I love you guys to death, and I'll check you out next time, all right? Peace.